Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion, your host, the Hut, and we are back here again at the Baseball Hut. Now, I wasn't planning on doing a video today. Obviously, I'm doing one now because there's a trade. Trade, as you know, if you don't know, it's the first time you're learning of this. The Mets have traded third baseman Eduardo Escobar to the Angels for two minor league pitchers. Two prospects. I know, two prospects, two pitching prospects. One's name is Coleman Crow, and the other one is Landon Marceau. They are both right-handed pitchers. They are top 20 prospects in the Angels organization. Let me read you some of the stuff about them. Now, before we get into this, of course, please subscribe and let me know what you think about this video. A couple of things. The Mets have been desperate to find pitching, especially in their minor league system. I've talked a lot about that over the last few months, few weeks really, that the Mets have a big problem. Hopefully this will fix it. So Coleman Crow is the 28th pick in the 2019 draft from the Angels. I believe that Billy Upper drafted him. He's currently on the IL with an inflamed elbow, but he should be coming back fairly soon. He does about 94. He might be a back end of the starter, might be a reliever, but he is a big prospect. He's 19th overall. Number 20 is Landon Marceau, who he's another kid that is, and they're both in their early 20s, 22, 23. Both of them are about the same kind of pitcher. So we'll see. It helps the depth of this organization greatly. I mean, it really, really does. Just to give you some more details off of MLB.com. Mets open trading season with a deal to add pitching on Friday, sending veteran infielder Eduardo Escobar. We can't understate how important he was the last 2 years, and I know he was a great leader on this team and a good person to be honest with you. I'm sorry to see him go. He's one of my favorite players on this team. When he did well, and he made you feel good when you watched him play because he was smiling, very much a very cheery guy, and very much a mentor to a lot of the players on this team, including Francisco Lindor. They traded Escobar to the Angels for right-handed prospects Coleman Crow and Landon Marceau, the double-A pitchers who both ranked in the top 20, 19 and 20, on MLB Pipeline's Angels prospect list, help fortify a farm system weak in upper-level talent. I can't underscore how poorly the Mets system is right now in terms of their pitching. So this will help them greatly. I posted on the Prospect Hut a little short video on Crow that you need to check out. Hopefully you'll look at it. So I'll put the link into the Prospect Hut, and hopefully you subscribe to it and check that out. Now, I had done a video earlier today goofing on this idea about Shohei Ohtani getting traded to the Mets by Bo Porter, an analyst at MLB Network. And then it turned out the Mets made a trade with the Angels. Let me read you a couple other things. The Mets essentially purchased those pitchers from the Angels by agreeing to pay all of Escobar's salary except for the major league minimum, which must be on LA's books. Escobar is making $9.5 million this season with a $9 million 2024 option that includes a $500,000 buyout. The Mets will not be on the hook for the option if the Angels choose to exercise it. Quote, this is from Epler. Steve makes stuff like this happen because he's willing to spend the money to get other prospects in the door. I think this just shows there's commitment to our long-term build. What we'll see. Although Escobar was an important piece of last year's 101-win Mets roster, he lost the majority of his playing time in recent weeks to rookie Brett Baty. That made him expendable for a team that also had third baseman Luis Guillorme and Mark Vientos in the organization. Rather than to continue to use him in a part-time platoon role, the Mets sprung into action when the Angels called to inquire about corner infields. Now, the Angels have had a lot of injuries to their infield. Urshela's out, I think, for the season. Anthony Rendon is out. The young second baseman Zach Neto has been out, so they're in desperate need for infield help. And he's been able to come around. Escobar had a terrible start. And so he's going to really help them out. Now, here's some stuff on Crow and on Marceau. They kind of already put them into the Mets MLB pipeline. I'll have to do videos on them on the prospect side. Crow's 22, is a 2019 28th round draft pick, was broken out this season with a 1.88 ERA over 4 starts at AA Rocket City. I would mention that he is now injured. He's been injured since April. He becomes the 15th ranked prospect in the Mets system. Marceau was a 3rd round draft pick in 2021. He owns a 4.88 ERA in 12 starts. He becomes the 18th ranked prospect in the Mets system right now. This is according to MLB.com. These two join Mike Vasil, Dominic Hamill, and Jose Butto as the starting pitching prospects most likely to help the Mets next season. Although the Mets have several high-ceiling pitchers in their farm system, the bulk of them are still at the lower levels of the minor leagues. I'll give you a couple of names. One is Christian Scott. Keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on Tyler Stewart. So these are kinds of names you need to keep an eye out. It is extremely important that they improve the farm system with the pitching. I can't tell you. I think we've seen how badly the Mets have pitched. Now the question is, folks, is this the beginning of the end for this group? Are the Mets willing to do a fire sale? Are they going to start moving other pieces out of here to improve the farm system? Get younger. They have to get younger. This team cannot be this old. And the pitching has to get younger. And they have to start bringing in other pitchers in here that'll help them out. And I hope that these guys can help them long term. Now, a lot of talk was over the last little while that the Mets did this move as an indication that they will take bad contracts back. I'll give you an example of a bad contract. It's taking on Josh Donaldson's contract, but bringing in somebody that is better in terms of as a reliever, and then you release Donaldson, and then you get that good piece back from the Yankees. Just use them as an example. Or you take back another bad contract. This is a name I've heard Andy Martino talk about, SNY's talk about it, taking back Patrick Corbin. And you take him in, maybe give him a chance to pitch in the rotation a little bit, or you don't. If he doesn't pitch well, you DFA him, and you release him, and you bring in a player that you really want that's maybe in the minor leagues, or somebody that can help you long term. These are the kinds of things that they've been talking about. I don't know. But when you move a veteran like this, it does indicate a want to get better. It's good to see the front office is finally doing something. You can't have this team be the same that it was, how it's been. And they're not playing good tonight. As I'm doing this video, they were losing 5-1, and it looked terrible. The defense on this team, for whatever reason, the defense on this team has collapsed. I don't know why that is. They did that 2 years ago, I would mention. But that's when, after Lindor got hurt. Lindor's not hurt. And this defense has completely collapsed. Now, I don't understand why. Defenses don't normally go into these kind of long, prolonged slumps like this team has gone into. But this has been a collective group. Just looking at this collective group, it's a disaster. So they have to start moving pieces out of here. Is this the beginning of the end? We'll have to find out. We'll have to see what the next move is. They're not finished, obviously. But it's good that they're starting to move pieces out of here, and we'll see what the next move is. They're going to be, just looking at this, you have to ask yourself, well, what are they going to do to replace Escobar on the roster? The thought was on the radio from Howie Rose that the next piece could be Danny Mendick, who could play a little bit of second, third, short, and could replace Escobar. That's what was talked about. I don't think Mauricio's ready. I doubt they'll bring back Vientos right away. I would maybe, possibly, since Escobar's off this roster and they do have a space, maybe they call up Luke Voigt. That's a possibility. because they could use some of his power here. He's a better version of Daniel Vogelback, and he can play first. That's a guy you could probably look to that could be hit by tomorrow. As Luke Voigt, definitely, I could definitely see that. Well, you let me know what you think about this video. What do you think about the trade? Do you think this is the beginning of the end? Do you think that they're going to bring in pieces that'll help them this year? Are they going to bring in bad contracts like what that's been suggested? You leave that in the comment section. And of course, subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Again, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut too. I'm getting awfully close to 1,000. I need more people on there. I need people to watch those videos to get the hours up, to get it monetized. I'll leave the link into the Baseball Hut too, and I'll leave a link into the Prospect Hut. I will have videos on these new players and all as many of the minor leagues as I did get a request today. I will do Christian Scott at some point. One of my subs, Aaron Gandia, he asked for a prospect. He will get it at some point. There will be a prospect tomorrow. We'll see who that might be. I think it might be Dominic Hamill tomorrow. But thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Thank you, and I'll see you later.